thanks to the basically trainers who have really took the pace come from far-flung areas, and I think audience was also equally good. So because it was not a kind of single-way communication, it was a both-way communication, so it made the training really fabulous. Thank you so much.
Any specific inputs how we can improve?
Yeah, basically we have discussed this data analytics at a macro level. So what we were suggesting to Jaspal also, let's have some micro topics, like if I'm talking about this electronic ticketing machines, let's have an exclusive training for electronic ticketing machines, so that we can go into details which can help us to make the RFPs at our state level.
Yeah, I think 2-3 organizations which have gone through this process, we
Yes,
do some kind of standard
knowledge sharing, yes.
Yeah.
So that rather than reinventing a wheel, as you said yesterday, it can be replicated.
BIMS has much longer experience than us. Thank you for your feedback.
We need to share a few slides at the end. I did for your sort of what's coming in the space of mobility. But I think Bangalore has a great, first-hand experience now of implementing that. So,
our biggest thing which differentiates from your system is the scale. So scale makes it very, very challenging, and that's what I was trying to emphasize yesterday as well. That doing it at this scale and in a city where traffic is so chaotic, that throws up a whole new set of challenges.
From that matter of fact, I think Chandigarh is the proper place.
Control conditions. Experimental conditions, you have to come to our city.
And ma'am is from Chandigarh.
Yes.
So, any other?
Yes, that you would like to add, Manish?
so I think very useful. Luc, thanks for coming over and sharing a lot of insight with us. It gives us a broad-based understanding of how to go about. I believe that what we have realized is that rather than trying to do everything on a grand scale, it's best to start and pick up one or two most important KPIs, start small and build upon it incrementally, so that we all start getting the benefits out of the early benefits rather than having to wait for a 2-year gestation. My experience on business analytics even before has been that one should always start small and build upon it incrementally. And I think now with a lot of STUs implementing electronic ticketing, you'll have both kinds of data, tracking data and ticketing data, and that is a very powerful proposition.
And it will not be all over with this training only. For your information, we have built a group also. It is also there in WhatsApp group. We all will be in touch post this training.
Yes. Anybody else would like to share their thoughts?
Thank you, madam. It was a very interesting session. Matter of fact, we have already implemented many things, but after yesterday's session with Mr. Luc, the conceptual, theoretical, and what should be that we have come to know. And after learning the lessons of 7 years of ITMS in Janmar, in new tender we already taken care, precautionary measures and care about the data and KPIs and business intelligence. But I think this is a very appropriate time where I attended this 2-day session myself and my colleague. So already at the same time my guys of the new vendor is also here. So we can modify some value addition which we got from here. And it's a really interesting session, madam. It's the best time of this kind of session here. And I also requested Jaspal Singh, basically, madam, this nowadays the closed loop, open loop, and this new. And so my recommendation or my input is that institutional capacity building is required for all STUs. Because even after outsourcing the duty, there must be someone who is capable enough to supervise and monitor the things which is outsourced. So that is one important point which I requested Jaspal Singh about the incoming future, if they concentrate on that. Because directly in-house or being a part of the system, means everyone is their own limitation for this to convince the competent authority. But something should be done on that part also.
In-house capacity always helps, because even if you hire consultants, They come, they will first try and understand, pull out information and then give you a solution and then leave. So again, solution, you have to work with it and then work around wherever there are problems. So always in any project actually, it should be designed in a way that your institutional capacity also increases alongside. Completely outsourcing or getting consultants and all does not go beyond a point. While they have a role to play, but then I think your point is very valid that we need to have more institutional capacity.
And one more thing I would like to add, that even after this data analysis, even after establishment of these things, software plus hardware plus system plus everything, there must be someone who is continuously keep analyzes the things and inform a top manager. Madam, the S2 and DIMS, I think they have surveyed recently before 3-4 months. And in our as a country as a whole, there is two things we have identified. One is lack of planning and scheduling in our country, and second thing, analysis of this data.
No, there is no data-driven decision making actually.
Yes.
So decision making is all, it requires a major change in mindset. Decision making is only done on basis of your gut feeling and experience and your other factors. Data-driven decision making is not happening. Even in BMTC, I can give you examples. A simple example I'll tell you, and these fellows from WRI are there. They have supported us, Roshan and Varun. We started metro feeder services, and so right now metro is on a limited stretch in Bangalore, and we at both ends. One of the end actually it opens in or is close to the ITPL, which is the main IT hub in Bangalore. So our presumption, which was very, very commonsensical, was that obviously in the morning peak hours people will come light over there and then they will go to ITPL. And all our routes were designed like that only. In spite of the fact that in this data and age we had all data available, we could have taken metro ridership data, we could have taken our old historical data from BMTC. Yet on a commonsensical thing we started, and those schedules were not going well for a very long time. Then we actually sat down and we pulled out the data and we saw that it was actually just the opposite of what we thought. More number of people were actually coming to that station in the morning to reach the other end of the city. Basically it comes into the city. So from periphery people were coming into the city rather than people who were going to electronic ITPL using that. So our schedules are completely not in sync with the requirement. While the alighting at that station was close to 20-25,000, boarding from that station was much higher. But we were completely out of sync, and only after looking at data, and even in spite of data, it took me a lot of time to convince my fellows to change the schedules. They were just not willing to agree कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है. So that mindset also will come as we use this data. While now we have data, we have to analyze and see that decisions are based on data. And I mean, that's why this entire workshop, in fact, I requested Mr. Luc to also address my team. They were here for a weekly review we have every Saturday. So that mindset has to change. And I think now we have the data to make all those decisions.
Understand?
Yeah. These 2 days interacting session very useful for both private and public operators. I am very much thankful to UITP for sharing this platform and to all the speakers who have spared valuable time. For public sectors, I don't know, but for private sectors, if they are sending their representatives, they expect something. How you are going to utilize this?
Yeah, it's on.
How you are going to utilize. Early in the morning, I was having interaction with my CMD. He was asking the same. How you will utilize. So, I would like to tell that whatever I have learned regarding KPI, I am going to utilize in my organization, and 100% I am sure there will be drastic change in my performance, in organization performance. Thank you UITP.
Share your achievements after 2 months.
Thank you.
Document.
Yeah, sure.
You're forcing me now.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I think 2 days were, still some time to go to end the day, but I think it was really wonderful, and I really want to congratulate BMTC to take this initiative. And for me, it's been a unique platform and experience and learning, because I'm seeing all the real force behind the bus-based systems, and also it's very interesting to see that there are good practices already here. There's so much learning within India and within several partners, and then bringing such resource and having this kind of interaction, I think it's very much needed, and it's just, I would say that it needs to be intensified, and more such network and platforms should be created for exchange within the practitioners, as we call them.
Anybody from the industry? Mukta?
I'd like to thank everyone for giving their valuable inputs in this session. I mean, it was a learning experience for me, and we are on the verge of implementing ITMS system for a very prestigious project in Ahmedabad. So it was a great learning experience for us. Thank you.
So, just to conclude, I think, as you mentioned, that it has to be an ongoing process, and we need to share our best practices. UITP provides one platform to do that. The other, of course, in the country, we also have our association of all STUs. And we must basically share the knowledge that is already available within the country to kind of move ahead together, because survival of STUs is also today in stake, and that is not something that we are not aware of. There is increasing competition. There are likely changes that are going to come in the the act that governs all these STUs. So in that scenario, it is very important that we become more and more efficient. Our decisions are absolutely well-founded, based in data, and something that will stand a test of time. And together, I think we have enough capability to do it. With inputs from experts, we can really deliver and show results. STUs have traditionally, if you see in government sector, transport is one sector where STUs have delivered very well, in the sense that if you see other PSUs or other government-led agencies, most of them are not doing very well. Compared to that, in transport sector, traditionally the country has done very well with government running. And I think government shares a lot of, responsibility, because even if the sector is opened up, the bulk would still be served by government only, because private sector will only enter into certain niche areas. So it is very important that STUs strengthen themselves, create in-house capability, and move towards more data-driven operations. And this entire exercise was basically revolving around that. We are working on it. Anybody else who is who would like to share with us, there is lots, like for example from DIMS we have taken some best practices. Even while implementing the project, we were constantly in touch with them. Similarly, there are centers of excellence here and there. We all need to get together and I think strengthen the entire government-led transport sector. So I thank all of you for joining this workshop, and I hope most of you have said also that it was helpful. We would continue to do similar exercises. Any specific suggestions, as he mentioned certain things, specific topics that you would like us to cover from UITP or as BMTC also we can do some experience sharing. Anything specific that you would want, please do let us know. UITP has an office both in Bangalore and in Delhi, and we do a lot of research and we do specific studies also. So anything specific that you would want us to take up in future, all suggestions are welcome.
Yeah.
And I hope you had a comfortable stay. I hope to see some of you on Monday as well, and hope to see you again. Then you wanted to add something?
No, because sorry that you were concluding and I was trying to. Now on the specific things, as KFW, we are actually working with a number of STUs. In Bhubaneswar, we are trying to look at the bus-based system, and here also we had our own association in Bengaluru as well. So what I wanted to actually request is to look at the institutional requirements in order to really transform the STUs to a level that one would like to, because that's something is very difficult to understand when we talk to various STUs. They don't, they are operating, they're doing on the day-to-day routine, but to really come up with a planning, with a coordination with the other institutions, and especially urban transport, as you said yesterday also, it's so complex and so many different players are there. Outside, there's a STU, it could be traffic, it could be some other departments also. So that inter-departmental and the institutional coordination aspects also to be really looked at in a multi-departmental involvement. That is something which would be very useful. And the second is, a lot of time we don't really get the kind of investments needed to look at these issues. So somewhere the cost aspects and it has to be much more, the benchmarks as to what is needed to say do a GPS system in a bus, or to do this, to have a bus shelter with certain facilities. These investment costs again are not, there are no benchmarks for it, and everybody does it in a different way. So maybe that could be also something which should be useful.
So in all these solutions, they need to be made like off-the-shelf solutions, so that if certain STUs have done it, you standardize it and you have a product which anyone can just then take it off the shelf with a little bit of minimal customization. And I think that should be our target to work.
Ma'am, there is a presentation on Monday on this topic, standard IT architecture, where it will be, architecture will be common and you can buy the product off the shelf. And industry is coming together, so that's what we'll try in the next phase to do.
That will help all STUs in the sense that, your initial cost kind of is taken care of, and then with a minimal investment, you can have that solution with you.
I think we should standardize the organizational structures of the STUs also, with the SOPs for each function. That should be standardized now. It's having bits and pieces. One state is going in his own way, other state is going in his own way. So that affects the results. So in case SOPs and the organizational structures, they are standardized, then the results can be uniform.
Plus depot, for example, there are so much variation how it's managed. So it's some kind of a template to have these things really be there.
I think we can do that.
Yeah, we'll take it forward.
Aspects.
We will do that. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for